two young girls moved to the countryside with their father, so that they could be closer to their sickly mother who is staying in a nearby hospital. These sisters are practically inseparable, spending the days together doing household chores and exploring the outdoors. But the youngest of the sisters isn't old enough yet for school, and so one day when she's playing alone, she encounters a forest spirit that flees from her. But she manages to follow it back to its den, where the three Totoros live. The largest one is basically a giant, fluffy teddy bear. And after this meeting, the girls have several encounters with these magical creatures that are always willing to lend a helping hand whenever they might need it. It's a nice family movie, a fun little fantasy adventure, but not everything is all sunshine and rainbows. My Neighbor Totoro was written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki of Studio Ghibli. And like everything else this guy has made, it's pretty much considered a masterpiece. I probably shouldn't have to say it at this point, but this movie is jaw-droppingly beautiful. It's pleasantly vibrant, it's bursting with color and gorgeous details. The animation itself, on a technical level, is completely unmatched. This movie totally embodies childlike wonder and imagination. It's easily one of the purest, intimate, and just simply pleasant movies I've ever seen. There are no evil villains or monsters in this movie. There are no antagonists, just kind neighbors and peaceful forest spirits. There is conflict and drama, but it's handled realistically and with a great deal of care. My Neighbor Totoro is a fantastic escape from reality with this amazing storybook-like feel. There is a lot of magic in this movie, and the ideas and visuals are so outlandish and massive that you'll just be wowed and swept up by it every single time. But so much of the movie is also just grounded in reality. This isn't Alice in Wonderland. This is Alice in the countryside doing a lot of household chores and occasionally chasing a white rabbit. But all of the segments of this movie that have practically no magical elements are magical in their own right. You want to live in this house, you want to eat their food, to explore their woods. Every single aspect of this movie is beautiful. Well, mostly everything is beautiful. There is that whole segment where the sisters get into a fight and the youngest one disappears. All of the neighbors are looking for the little girl and they're really worried and becoming frantic. It's actually pretty frightening and sad and just generally upsetting. They find a shoe in the river and they actually fear she might have drowned. It's actually kinda dark. But this isn't a depressing, evil movie. Grave of the Fireflies came out this same year, and My Neighbor Totoro is not that. It's pretty much the opposite of that. This is a fairly happy movie. Everything works out. Everyone is okay. Everyone is happy. But when it comes to Studio Ghibli movies, My Neighbor Totoro is right up there with Ponyo, as far as how young the target audience is for the movie. My Neighbor Totoro is suitable for extremely young children, but it's easily enjoyable for absolutely any age the viewer might be. It's just squeaky clean. But there is a little thing about this movie that bothers me a little bit, and it's the absurd amount of shouting and screaming and crying that's in the movie. To be fair, the lead characters are children, but that's probably my only issue with the movie. It's actually not a big enough deal for me to like the movie any less because of it. It's not so much a problem as it is a small, unavoidable annoyance. I just have to remember to pop a couple Tylenol before I put on this movie, but I do because it's worth it. It's a movie worth getting a small headache over. Because this movie is so sweet and joyful, and it immediately counteracts any irritations I might get. My Neighbor Totoro is one of the best animated films ever made, and even though I just watched it, I might stop what I'm doing and watch it again right now. It's that good. I'll just wrap this up saying My Neighbor Totoro is a masterpiece, and I cannot recommend it highly enough.